Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I really hope you're all doing well, and if you're new here, welcome. Today we are going to talk about how I motivate myself when I am not feeling it. And trust me, that happens way too often. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips that really work for me, and I want you to use those tips and let me know how those works for you. And before we start, just to introduce myself, my name is Ankita Jain, and on this channel, Joyous Anki, I help you become a better, much better version of yourself slowly, and we do it joyously. So you'll enjoy the journey as well and not just the output, okay? So if you haven't already, click that like, subscribe button and follow that notification to be notified as to when I upload content. So let's get started. Now, some of you might already know that I am a leadership coach, but there's so many tips and tricks that I'm picking up as part of my coaching, as part of my learning, as part of my growth that really helps me. You might have noticed over the past couple of weeks or even past few videos that I've not been at the top of my health. I have been falling sick quite frequently, and nothing demotivates me from doing nothing as being sick does, because my head just doesn't work and there's just so much work pressure and there's just so much that needs to get done in life, and I honestly don't know how to motivate myself in those kind of videos. And I'm not talking about like being really sick and having no energy, because then all you need to do is just rest. You don't need to work then. If you're not well, you should rest, because your body needs it, you honor your body's needs, and then when you're ready, you can actually do so much more. So the first thing you need to realize when you're being unmotivated is to let yourself be unmotivated, but you time it. So you allow yourself to be unmotivated and like, I'm going to be in a rut today for X amount of time, and you get to choose what that time is. So that could look like you have, like if you're working towards a deadline, so and you don't have the luxury of wasting the whole day, you just say, I'm going to be lazy or whatever for the next 15 minutes. Next 15 minutes, I'm gonna be in this complete state of, I'm in a rut, I don't want to do anything, I hate this, XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. Whatever's coming into your mind, you want to rant, you want to not want to rant, you just let it out. Or you just let it in and you just stay wherever you are. Sometimes what I do in those moments is just literally sit and stare at a wall, and I find it so relaxing and peaceful. But you might not be like me and you might love something else. You might be doom scrolling, you might be doing something. Just start a timer, 15 minutes or whatever time you decide, and then you just do everything else that you want to do, right? So the first thing you do when you're unmotivated is come into acceptance that you're unmotivated and allow yourself to stay in that state for a few minutes, for a few hours, for a whatever announced time. And what that does is, when you allow yourself to actually be in that state, you're honoring your current state and you're not forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to do. And there's a pretty good reason that you don't want to do it. I'm sure it's not that you really don't want to do it. Could be you don't have the tools, you don't have the knowledge and stuff like that, which leads us to step number 2. Figure out, why are you feeling unmotivated? What exactly is it about that task, that activity, that event that is making you feel like, do you not have the physical strength? Do you not have the inclination? Do you not want to engage with someone? Do you not have the skills? Figure out what exactly it is. Like, and nobody else needs to know, right? Like in that doom scrolling moment, in that time that you're just chilling and looking at things left, right, and center, allow that honesty to emerge within you. Talk to yourself and figure out what is it that is making you not want to do it. You might realize that you don't actually maybe just don't want to do that project anymore or that thing anymore, and that's okay. And then it could be like, oh, I'm just tired, I don't feel like I'll do a good job. That's okay. If you feel like I'm going to suck at it, no, you're not, but that's also okay. So come to terms with the fact that there is a part of you that has a thing it doesn't really want to do for that particular reason, okay? Let that truth emerge. Try your really best to not judge it, to not, auto-correct it in the moment. Sometimes what happens to me is I'm like, I'm so tired. Oh, no, you can't be tired. Immediately I jump into being positive or something, rather than just accepting it for a minute. What happens is when you actually accept it, you allow yourself to be seen. You're doing the best for yourself then, and you're showing up for yourself. All the things that you would expect others to do, are you really allowing yourself to be that for yourself? You have to check in with that. So let it emerge, let it come, and notice, right? And then next step is for you to then recognize, what action can I actually take considering this is the state and considering this is the reason. What I usually do is I talk to myself then, and I talk about the fact that, okay, Ankita, I know you hate it, but this kind of needs to be done. So maybe now you do what you can and you inform people that's what you can do. This is the best that you can do. And generally, we're always over-creating that stuff in your head. It's not as big as it is in your head generally. And once you allow your nervous system to regulate, once you've talked to yourself, once you let your actual deep fear around that thing come out, you have a lot more space to actually think of a solution, because you can't just ignore things, right? You can't just, I don't really believe in ignoring stuff, but I do recognize it happens because it happens so often with me. So it's not like you're unmotivated because you're a lazy bum or stuff. I don't think laziness is a thing. There's a reason behind why this happens, and you just need to uncover what that reason is, and then you realize what you want to do in that moment. And what that realization brings to you is either you have the courage to do the thing that's needed or you don't. And then, if you can't change it, you accept it and you move on. And if you can change it, you change it. And sometimes you can't do either in the moment, and you want to do one, but you have to do the other. So you talk to yourself and you recognize, okay, it's too late for me to change it right now. So I accept it in this moment, but going forward, I'm not going to do it. Or you, honestly, you should just do what you want, but I recognize there is a whole tendency to not be able to do it. So you work towards, now you know there's a target state that you want to achieve and you want to do something. So you recognize what you want to do and you work towards it. And that's how you become motivated again, because then you have something to look forward to. The one thing I've realized about motivation is, the one thing I've realized about being able to do things is, for me personally, all of it comes from excitement and joy. So that's the emotional state that gets me going. It might be something else for you. It might be a sense of drive. It might be a sense of accomplishment. It might be a sense of purpose. For me, it's more about the tiny moments and those excitements which all build up to create something. So for me, the journey is as important as the goal. For a lot of people, goal is what is important. So decide what is your thing, and based on that, act upon it. Remember, you allow yourself to be it. You ask yourself, why is it that you're unmotivated? And then you see what you can do about it. Now, this process is so simple and it's so applicable. So I really want you to try it and let me know how it works, because I would love to know, right? And with that, I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you have a lovely week ahead. Let me know in the comments below how this is working out for you. If you are in need for some motivation, I'm linking a video which is going to blow your mind. So you need to listen to it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, better subscribe now. What are you waiting for? Come on. Who's going to be as cool as me, and who's going to have so much faith in you? Come on, you gotta click that subscribe button and that bell notification so you get to know when this cool stuff lands into your feed automatically. For now, that's about it. Love you guys. Bye.